Hello friends, this is Rajdeep. Welcome to Learning Insight for UGC-NET-JRF पेपर 2 सोशल वर्क. डिस्कस करेंगे प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस पेपर 2 दिसंबर 2012 with best explanations. This is our video number 3rd on previous year sections. If you have not seen my previous videos, then please watch these videos. Definitely you will be benefited. So let's discuss. Okay, first question is the structure of social actions was propounded by. So who has propounded the structure of social actions? This was propounded by Talcott Parsons. So the structure of social actions is a book which is published in 1937 by sociologist Talcott. So who was the Talcott? Talcott was a sociologist. So this is your answer, Talcott Parsons. Who propounded the concept conjugal family? So this was propounded by the conjugal family was propounded by William J. Goody. So a conjugal family is a nuclear family normally that may consist of married couple and their children, either maybe by birth or by adoptions. So the family that having the children either by birth or adoption, or a couple with who are unmarried or underage. Conjugal family normally that means there is a marriage relationship. So this is the most important facts, that conjugal means there is a marriage relationship. So your about who has propounded the concept conjugal family, so your answer will be William J. Goody. Now the government of India adopted the national policy for children in the year. So we know that this policy was adopted in the year in 1974, but recently the government of India have had considered a national policy for children to revolve the commitment to the right-based approach for children. So after that consideration and commitment, they come to a approvals, that is the national policy for children 2013, and it has been adopted. So if this question asked in recent time, so your answer will be 2003. It was amended and considered after approval. So here your answer is 1974, but in recent case it will be the national policy for children will be 2013 is adopted. Now who proposed the client-centered therapy? So we know that answer will be Carl Rogers, but in 1959 Carl Roger has proposed this theory, that therapy, that is client-centered therapy, and this client-centered therapy is a therapeutic approach, and this client-centered therapy is also known as person-centered therapy because the focus on the person's subjective views of the world. So what is subjective views? That is subjective means that there is multiple realities, and objective normally means single reality. So the Carl Roger theories focus on the multiple realities of the persons. So your answer will be Carl Rogers for client-centered therapy, or if they ask the person-centered therapy, the same answer will be same. Now the essential characteristic of research. We know that there should be descriptions, there should be explorations, and there should be experimentation. There should be means testing. So all the above should be your answer, because research characteristics should be descriptions, explorations, then experimentations. The Child Labor Provision and Regulation Act came into being in the year in 1986. Remember the Child Labor Provision and Regulation Bill 1986 passed by both the houses and received the assent of presidents on 23rd December 1986. It came on the statute of book as the Child Labor Provision and Regulation Act 1986. So this bill passed by both the houses, and it's got its president's assent on 23rd December 1986, and it came on the statute of book in the as a form of Child Labor Provision and Regulation Act 1986. So your year will be 1986. Now Lok Adalat, it's a repeated question. Earlier it's in 2012 also this question came, that Lok Adalat normally means the decreasing the case load of courts for speedy justice. that Lok Adalats have been given statutory status under the Legal Service Authorities Act 1987. So Lok Adalat normally refers to the decreasing the pressure of courts for speedy justice, means fast justice, and this is a type of legal service, and it is come under the Legal Service Authority Act, that is 1987. Now, charity organization societies (COS) in USA was established in the year. So we all know that, but there should be there is a confusion. The charity organization society in USA, it was established in 1877. The London Charity Organization Society founded in 1869. Remember, there is a difference, USA and London. In London, that is in 1869, but in USA it is later in 1877. So became the model of United States. Now, denotified tribes, this question also repeated question. The denotified tribes are all know that these are ex-criminal tribes. Now, what is denotified tribes? Denotified tribes is also known as Bimukti Jati, and are the tribes that were listed originally under the Criminal Tribes Act 1871. So if you ask the Criminal Tribe Act, that is under the 1871, and it's about ex-criminal tribe. They are known as denotified tribe. Who is the author of Pattern of Culture? So your answer will be Ruth Bentinck. Ruth Bentinck is the author of the book that is called Pattern of Culture. If you have not seen my list of books and authors, then videos, then please watch these videos. In this video, I have mentioned all the important books of sociology and their authors. So this question is also there in my videos that I have already uploaded. Ruth Bentinck, one of the 20th century's foremost anthropologists. So here Ruth Bentinck, he was the anthropologist and helped to shape the disciplines in the United States and around the world. So he has a great contribution on the world for the anthropological area. The value of mean, median, and mode are the same in the case of, that is, normal distribution. They are the same for a normal distribution because the probability density function of this distribution is symmetric about its mean. So the normal distribution, in case of normal distribution, the value of mean, median, and mode are the same. Now the next question, that is, the 73rd Constitution Amendment relating to Panchayat Raj came into force in the year. Okay, there is a difference. So came into force in 1993, and the Constitution 73rd Amendment Act 1992, that is in 1992, or simply the Panchayat Act, that was Panchayat Act in the year 1992, marks a new era in federal democracy. It was based on recommendation of Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. It came into force effect on April 24, 1993. So remember, their amendment, if they ask for the Constitution 73rd Amendment, it took place in 1992, but that act came into force in 1993 under the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. So next question, the formula used to determine IQ is. So we all know that IQ equal to is divided by mental age, MA means mental age, divided by IQ equal to mental age divided by chronological age into 100. So chronological age is your present age, maybe mental age they will it's some technique you have to identify, and after that you have to multiply it, then you will get your IQ. This refers to the protection of society against crime. So we know that whenever whenever there is a protection of society against any crime, there should be social defense. So social defense here will be your answer. Now, conscience is identified with superego. It is regarded as entirely unconscious. Remember, it is regarded as entirely unconscious, while ego and superego have conscious, preconscious, and unconscious aspects. So superego is also come under conscience is identified with only superego. Now dash was associated with conscientization's model. So we will know that Paul Fairy is all approach is conscientizations, meaning that the way in which the individual or community develop a critical understanding of the social reality. So this model is talking about develop to understand the critical perceptions of the society of the people for their societal reality through the reflection and actions. So this is this help to develop a critical understanding of the society social reality through the reflection and action. So concentration model was associated with Paul Fairies. Now Dash theory propound the childhood experience influence the adult behavior. We all know that psychoanalytical theory, that theory propounded that the psychoanalytic theory propound that childhood experience influence the adult behavior, means whatever experience will get in gather in your childhood, it will influence in your adulthood or adult behaviors. So psychoanalytic theory talk about that. Now Gandhiji was associated with, we know that Gandhiji was associated with trust, yes, then non-violence, impartialisms, truth, no, impartialism cannot be, he was always it's something wrong. So trustship, non-violence and truth are the three mantra of his Gandhiji. So he was associated with these three. So this will be your answer. Correct sequence 1, 2 and 4. Practice of untouchability is abolished by the Indian Constitution under the articles. So practice of untouchability is abolished under the article 17. So what yeah, so number A is option A is your correct. Now what talk about 19, 38 and 42. 19 protects of certain rights regarding freedom of speech. So article 19 is about freedom of speech, and article 38 states the secure a social orders to promote welfare of the society. So 38 is one promotion of welfare of the people, and 42 talk about the just and human condition for work and maternity leave. So it talk about the just, fair and humane conditions for the work regarding workplace and their maternity relief. So this is all about your all the options. Now next question, which is not the principle of experimental designs? Remember, not sometimes become the very hard for the students, because it is some technique that you have to eliminate your answer. So which is not principle of experimental design? We know that universalization cannot be an principles for experimental designs, because in experimental design there is a three principles, and these principles are replications, there should be replicate to provide estimate of experimental error, and randomization to ensure the estimate is statistically valid, and local control means to reduce the experimental error by making the experiment more efficient. So principle of universalization cannot be your principles of experimental design. Now, which of the following is not the part of ESI benefit? ESI benefit is not a part. Fringe benefit is not a part of ESI benefit. So, what are the benefits? That sickness benefit you will get in under ESI benefit. Maternity benefit you also get under ESI in ESI benefits. Then medical benefit you will get under your ESI benefit. But fringe benefit you will not get under ESI benefit. Now the next question, the best known expert of the problem solving is, we all know that Pullman was the best known for the problem solving models, and he has given 4P, that's are person with a problem come to a place under a process. So whenever person feel a problem, he come to a person that means client having the problem means his issues, and place means where social worker working, and under the process where the social worker learn everything, they can apply this learning and knowledge towards solution the problem. So person with the problem come to a place under a process. Now next question, process of community organization. So you have to sequence this order. First you have to explore the phase, then you have to organize the organizational phases, then you have to discuss with your experts, and then you come for a actions. So this will be your correct sequence: explorations, and then organization phases, then discussion phases, and then then action phases. So this will be a correct sequence. Now again you have to write sequence to develop, that is different phase in post disaster situation. So after disaster, post disaster situation means after disaster, what the right strategy the disaster management authority do. So first they do rescue. After that they first they rescue, then they provide relief, and then they provide resettlement, and after that they think for the rehabilitations. So first they rescue, then provide relief, whatever the facilities, then resettlement, then they try to resettle their people and the same area, and if it's not possible, then they come to for a rehabilitation, how to do rehabilitate the peoples or the situation. Now next question, arrange the following steps in research process in logical order. So first you have to setting of objectives, then you have to collect the data. After data collection you go for data analysis, and after analysis you can only able to write your report. So this correct sequence will be setting of objectives, then data collections, then data analysis, and then after that only you can write your reports or report writing. Now for program formulation, so when you want to conduct any program, then what sequence will become. So first you have to identify your goal, setting the goals, then specifying the objectives. So once you have a broader goals, then you have to develop some specific objectives, what we try to achieve through this program. After that you have to develop your developing activities, what are the activities you will do, and at the end you identify the indicators, what are the indicator you have to apply for your activities. So setting the goals, then specifying the objectives, then developing activities, and then identifying the indicators. So this will be your correct sequence. Now put the data analysis process in sequential order. Okay, you have to remember editing, coding, classification, and tabulations. So first you have to, once you collected the data, you can go for editing. Once you have done editing, then you develop your code, and once you develop your code, then you go for classification. Nothing but is categorizations, and once you categorize, then you can easy to develop your table. So editing first, then coding. Code means leveling the things, and then classifications, that is classify the categorize the theme, and then only you after that you can develop tabulations. Now next question, interpersonal relationship is an enabling factor to solve the problem of individual through casework process. So interpersonal relationship is the enabling factors. Yes, it's correct. To solve the problem of individual through casework process is correct. And establishing a professional relationship can help in solving the problem of individuals. Yes, both are correct. Yes, the correct explanation of both are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Now, sustainable development is a pattern of resource use that aims to meet the human needs while preserving the environment. So, sustainable development is a pattern of resources. Yes, it's correct actually, and it's are the need present as well as future. Yes, yes, both are correct actually. A is correct, and R is the correct explanation of A also. So, there is a gap between social policy statement and the program and development programs. The persons is lacking of political will and commitment, the formulation and implementation of programs. So there is a gap between the social policy statement and development programs, and the reason is lack of political will. Yes, if there is a lack of political will and commitment for formulation and implementation of program, there is a gap in policy that is between the social policy and development programs. Definitely there will be gaps. So both are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Now social work and human rights are based on the same philosophical foundation. Yes, it's correct, because whatever the social work trying to do, that is for the justice, and justice is nothing but it's all about human right. Now both have similar values such as dignity and respect of individuals, group, and community. Yes, our first prioritize is to give the dignity, to provide to respect the persons, and the respect and as well as to dignity, to ensure the dignity of the individuals, groups, and community first aim. So both have the same similarity. So both are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Now legislative measures alone cannot reduce the incidence of crime. Yes, without people participation or never be possible to reduce the coincidence of crime. Effective implementation of legislation does not require society support. No, never true. Whatever legislation may be, but if you will not follow, then it will not possible to control any crime. So A will be correct and R is not correct explanation of A. So next question, the social work is a problem solving process, can address social problems of the society. Yes, social work is a problem solving process, we all know that, and profession also can address the societal problems. Yes, correct. Social worker equipped with the broader base knowledge and appropriate skill. Yes, both are correct actually, because social worker, whatever we are trained by the theories and practices to deal with the appropriate situation, deal with the problems. So both are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Now next question, democratic leadership to be successful require more time, but it brings effective change in communities. Yes, somehow it's right. Democratic leadership is a process oriented and involve people participation. Yes, both are correct, because if you are a democratic leader, then you have to take people's opinion, your people participation in your and involvement will be more. So both are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Now next question, that is our last question actually for this video, that is community organization leads to social action. Yes, because community organization is something smaller and it leads to social action, means social action something broader, and social action may not always lead to community organization. Yes, it's correct, because community organization leads to social action. Social actions, once there is a social action, then there is a, that means that community organizations is already already happened. After that only that social action is possible. So this is not correct. So A is your correct. Community organization lead to social action. Yes, this is small thing and this lead to broader thing. So this is correct. Social community organization leads to social action, but social actions may not always lead to community organizations. So both are correct. Okay, there's okay, sorry, there is a one more questions, not one more actually, up to there is a up to 45 questions. Now question number 36, that is match, because in paper 2 there is for 50 questions, so I will discuss 45, and 5 question I will not discuss because this is a passage and passage will not repeat every time same. So let's discuss these questions. So model of development given the area of focus, institution redistribution model, that is progressive taxations, and the residual welfare model, that is we talk about welfare services, and achievement performance model, that is talk by this parts and benefits, sustainable development model, that is optimal use of resources, juvenile justice act, that is passed, that is a year of enactment in the year 1986, untouchability offenses act 1955, dowry provision act 1961, factories act, that is enacted in the year 1948. Next question, that is the movement and their proponents. Anti-corruption movement, that is proponent Anna Hazare. Narmada Bachao movement, that is activist was Medha Patkar. Then Chipko movement was activist was Sundarnal Bohugunakar, and right to information Arundhati Roy. So this will be your correct sequence. Now pathos, okay, concept and their meaning. Pathos means emotional appeals. Logos means logic of speaker's argument. Burnout means detachment from work, and diffuse mechanism is reaction to frustrations. So this will be your correct sequence. Now then match the following, that is National Youth Day celebrated on 12th January, International Women Days, that is celebrated on 8th March, International Teachers Day on 5th October, World Environment Day on 6th June. This will be your correct sequence. The Trade Union Act, that is year of legislation, that is enacted in the year 1926. The Mines Act, that is 1952. The Payment of Gratuity Act, that is 1972. And the Minimum Wage Act, that is enacted in the year 1948. The process given list 1 and list 2. There is listening, that is frustrations. Listening will be matching with your frustrations. Then reassurance is relating to directing, and interior, that is resistance, and non-editing, that is free association. So this will be your correct sequence. Now match the fears with the technical names. For fears and technical and the psychology technical name, I will made one video. You will please watch this, then definitely will get from this video one question in a NET-JRF exam. So let's discuss these questions. Hydrophobia, that is the fear of water. Hydro means water, so water, fear of water. Nyctophobia, that is related to darkness. Darkness. Acrophobia means high, relating to fear of heights. And pyrophobia, that is fear of fire. So this will be your correct sequence. And next the matching the items. Okay, right to equality is and article 40, talk about right to equality. Right to free legal aid, that is talk about article 21. Fundamental duties, that is talk about article 51. And the welfare of weaker section, that is talk about article 46. So this will be your correct sequence. What is catharsis? Okay, catharsis, that is reduce the tension by telling one's problem to professionals only. Remember, sometimes people take for anyone else, or okay, someone else, or to any people's. No, catharsis is the reduction of tension by telling one's problem only on professionals only. Means if the client having the problem, if he or she talk with the social work professionals, and with this talking or does or this telling, if they come to a solution, that means he has done catharsis. So catharsis is the reduction of tension, reducing the tensions by telling one's problem to one's professionals only. So this will be your answer D. Okay, so this is all about in this video. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon, so that you can get my all videos just after uploading. And if you like to join our Telegram channel, then please do join for all videos, test paper tips and suggestions. You can join my class Google Classroom also for complete study materials, where I have done all these materials for you. I have already prepared for the whole course, but it's take times to prepare making the videos. And join my Facebook page, that is Learning Insight for UGC-NET-JRF. Please guys, do like, share, and subscribe.